I like getting sued for debt first thing in the morning. Said no one ever. All right, today we're going to be showing you guys in New York State, in New York City, how to respond for a summons for debt collection. All right, this is filling in some details from our other guide, how to answer a summons for debt collection, the ultimate guide. I'll link to it below. First, New York State has a tight deadline on when you have to respond to the complaint for debt collection. You only have 20 days, all right? That's 20. You only have 20 days to respond to the complaint and summons for debt collection in New York State before you automatically lose your case. That's right. Can't make that more clear. If you don't respond within 21 days, you will automatically lose your case by default in New York State. Now, if you want that to happen, well, it's pretty easy. All you have to do is do nothing. If you don't want that to happen, you're going to have to do something about it, right? You're going to have to generate an answer to respond to the summons for debt collection. All right, so I'm going to show you 3 steps to get that done. First, you have to answer each issue, each paragraph in the complaint. All right, the complaint will have numbered paragraphs. You have to respond to each one. Second, you have to assert your affirmative defenses. All right, you only get one shot to assert your affirmative defenses. Make sure you do it. Step 3, you have to file your answer with the court. Okay, if you don't do this, all of your work generating the answer will be in vain. All right, so you have to make sure that you actually file your answer with the court. Okay. Before we dive into this stuff, I just want to make it real clear. I just want to give you a heads up. SoloSuitcom, that's our website, can actually do this for you. Right? It actually makes it super easy. You can just go to SoloSuit.com, and then we can actually even get the answer filed for you, which is pretty sweet. You just go through. We ask you a couple questions. You give us your answers. You just type it in on the web app, or you can even use your phone. A lot of people use their phone. It works great on the phone. And we will you'll generate the answer. You'll be able to review it as a PDF document, and then we can file it for you. We also even have real attorneys that review these documents, which is sweet, right? I mean, it's pretty hard to get an attorney these days, especially on debt collection cases. We'll even have a real attorney review your case, review your document, and then we'll get it filed for you. So go ahead and head over to SoloSuit.com. If you really just want to make this as easy as possible, you can just head over there. Or you can just keep on watching the video. Sweet. So in this video, we're going to focus specifically on what is unique in New York State. So I'm going to go ahead and jump right into step 3, filing your answer, because that is where most of the uniqueness comes into play. First, you've been sued. You've been sued if you receive a document that looks like this, all right? This is what a complaint, this is an all right example of what a complaint looks like in New York State, all right? So go and take a look at that. That's how you know if you've been sued. All right, so jumping on into step 3. All right, so step 3 again is to file your answer with the court and serve the plaintiff. Okay. So once you've generated your answer document, and again, we're going to cover steps 1 and 2 later. All right. Once you've generated your answer document, you have to get that answer 2 places. You have to make 2 copies. You have to send one to the court, and you have to send another to the plaintiff or the plaintiff's attorney if they have an attorney. Okay, so it gets there's a couple details here in New York that are unique. So first, if the answer or if the complaint has a verification at the end of it, it'll be like a section usually titled just verification. The section titled verification. If it has that at the end of it, you have to get your answer also verified. All right. So you can't just send them an answer. You have to actually get it verified. You do that by going to a notary public and signing the answer in front of the notary public. You can go to the notary public at the bank, or you can actually just sign in front of the clerk of court, and that will work as well. All right, so you need to make sure that you get your answer verified. I know it's pretty inconvenient, but that's the way it is in New York. Okay, so once you have it verified, you also need to pay a fee. The fee for answering a summons for debt collection ranges anywhere between $10 to $140. Pretty steep. Again, access to justice is a big problem, especially in New York. All right, so you're gonna have to pay anywhere between $10 to $140 to answer this lawsuit. You can pay that amount. Usually the best way is to have a verified cash payment, right? So you can get a money order or a verified check from your bank. And what that means is it's just because checks can bounce, it's best if you actually pay that money up front so you don't have to wait for the check to get cashed and then it bounces in your bank account. And then you might be sued for that debt too, right? Who knows? So let's go ahead and probably pay with a money order from the post office or a verified check from your bank. Right? Once you have that ready, if you aren't just hand delivering it in the court, you need somebody who is 18 or older, that's not involved in your case, and it's not you, to mail a copy of the answer to the plaintiff. Now, you can have that same person mailed into the court as well, might be the easiest option. But you need someone who's 18 or older to mail, to serve the copy of the answer on the plaintiff. Okay? So you're going to have to find someone to do that for you. Also, debt complaints, just a little note, in New York, usually a debt complaint will have consumer credit transaction written on the top of the document. All right, like the example that I showed earlier, it's going to say consumer credit transaction at the top. Another nice feature in New York that's unique to New York. I don't know of any other states that actually do this. It's pretty cool. You can just go into a courthouse and you can have the clerk create the answer for you. You can just orate to your clerk, right? You can just say what you want to be in the answer, and the clerk will check some boxes on a form and make the form for you. So that's pretty cool. And you can just file it with the court right there. All right. So that's step 3. Those are some of the unique details to New York you need to be aware of when filing the answer. All right. So let's go ahead and skip back now to steps 1 and 2. All right. So just like in any other state, the first step is you have to answer each issue, each paragraph in the complaint. All right. Again, there's 3 ways you can answer. You can either agree with the paragraph, you can disagree with the paragraph, or you can say, I don't know with the paragraph. All right. The more formal language around this is agree means you admit everything in the paragraph. Disagree, that means that you deny everything in the paragraph, or deny something, deny at least one thing in the paragraph. And then I don't know, that means that you're saying you do not have you deny the paragraph for lack of sufficient knowledge to either admit or deny with clarity. Okay. What a lot of people do in a lot of states and even in New York is you can just do a general denial. So you just deny everything in the answer. That's like a pretty safe bet. Pretty safe bet, just deny everything. That makes the plaintiff work hard and makes them prove everything that they alleged in the complaint. All right? So you can even deny, usually the first paragraph will say, I am suing John Smith at, 11 First Street, right? And if that's you and that's actually your address, you can still deny that, right? There's really no problem. You can just go to deny it. All right, so once you've responded to every paragraph in the complaint, you're going to go ahead and assert your affirmative defenses. Now, this is a key step. A lot of people don't assert their affirmative defenses, and then they lose that chance forever. Forever. Right? They never again get a chance to assert their affirmative defenses. All right, so you want to go ahead and you want to do that. This is the only place you can do it. All right, affirmative defenses, basically that just means that you are making your defense. Right, just basically just listing off reasons why the plaintiff should lose the case, why they can't collect from you. All right, so here's some defenses that are common in a lot of places. These are the ones that Utah courts mention specifically in debt collection cases. Okay, you do not owe the money. Okay? Let's just say, yeah, this isn't my debt. I don't actually owe this money. Great defense, especially if it's true. Probably only if it's true. All right? Plaintiff is suing for the wrong amount of money. All right, so let's say they're suing you for $1,000, but you actually only owe them like $10. Right? Suing you for the wrong amount of money. You don't have to pay that extra money. Plaintiff has been unjustly enriched. All right, what does that mean? That's a good question. That's a little something we like to call legalese. All right, it's legal language. That just means that they're suing you for an amount that is too high. So same example applies, right? Let's say they're just suing you for, let's just say they're suing you for $1,000, right? And you actually only owe them like $10. Right? Number 4 is the fourth option. Plaintiff is violating the duty of good faith and fair dealing. Another legalese there. Basically, that just means that if you've tried to resolve the debt with them and they won't, like fairly, you've tried to resolve it fairly, but they won't accept, they won't resolve it fairly with you. They just keep on shutting down your attempts to negotiate or settle the case. You can assert this defense. 5th, plaintiff waited too long to bring this case. This is the doctrine of laches. Right, so that means that the plaintiff waited too long maliciously. If they waited too long maliciously, like with intent, just to like wait until the last possible minute to collect, just to make it unbearable and difficult for you, then you can assert this defense. Okay. 6th, the contract is unfair, unconscionable. Right, the contract is unconscionable. That means that the contract is just like wildly unfair. Right? It's like shockingly unfair. And it doesn't just mean like, oh, I didn't read the contract and I have to pay 10% interest on this loan. I didn't know that. No, that's not that's not shockingly unfair. It probably is unfair, and it probably is not very nice of them to do that. But it has to be shockingly unfair. Like some payday loan agencies, they honestly get like 32% APR on their loans. That's pretty crazy. I'm not really sure if that's going to be shockingly unfair in the court's eyes, but it might. 7, statute of limitations has passed. It's too late to bring this case. Right? Statute of limitations, that's actually a statute. It's a law that limits certain actions. In this case, it limits when you can bring a debt collection lawsuit. All right. So in New York, the deadline is 6 years for bringing a consumer credit transaction. That means the collector can't sue you after 6 years from the date of default. The date of default means it is 30 days after you made a last payment on the debt. Okay, so let's say you had a loan, your last payment was in December 2010. You can be sued for that money still until January 2017. Okay, so 6 years from the last, from 30 days after the last payment you made. Okay. Again, and now also the statute of limitations on a store credit card is different. It's only 4 years. Right? So if you have a store credit card with costs, the balance is super high, they're suing you over the debt on the store credit card, like a Macy's credit card or something. Right, like a Amazon, like a American Eagle credit card. I don't know, whatever store cards there are out there these days. That's only 4 years, not 6. It's only 4. Okay, remember that. 8, debt was discharged in bankruptcy. Let's say you declared bankruptcy already, like a year ago or even like a couple months ago, and this debt was discharged. It was forgiven. It was forgotten because of the bankruptcy. Can't sue you for that debt. Right? 9. Property or collateral was sold at a commercially unreasonable price. right? So let's say they had your car as collateral on the loan, they repossessed it, and then they sold it for like $5,000, but your car was actually sick and it's worth like $30,000. You can make that as a defense because they sold your car for too low because they're trying to collect more money from you. Okay. 10, no business relationship with the plaintiff. You can say that, no business relationship with the plaintiff. If you don't know who the heck this guy is, you don't think you actually owe him anything, or like you might owe this debt, but it's like with Capital One and now you're being sued by like Brooklyn, like thug debt collectors, right? You can make that defense. I don't know who these people are. They have to prove to you that they actually do owe the debt, that they bought the debt from Capital One. Okay. 11, you are a victim of identity theft or mistaken identity. That one's pretty self-explanatory, right? We've all seen those identity theft commercials, right, where you have like the little cute little baby talking in like the old man's voice. It's like, I stole your identity. All right, and we all know those commercials. If your identity's been stolen and you're being sued for like a payment that you never made, but it's under your name, maybe you're a victim of identity theft, right? Check that out. 12, you paid some or all of the money. Good for you. If you did that, good for you. Way to pay off your debt. You don't have to pay that debt a second time. You don't. You really don't. If they're suing you, if you already paid the $12,000 debt, and now they're suing you again because let's say the hospital had the debt, you paid them $12,000, but then the hospital didn't keep good records. They sold it to, again, like Brooklyn thug debt collectors. Now they're suing you for the debt. These new guys that bought the debt are suing you. They can do that, but it's illegal, and that you should assert that defense. Right? 13. All right, this is where it gets fun. This is where we're getting into the biggest population center in the state of New York, New York City. All right, New York City is a big place. It has some of its has some unique defenses just for it. Okay, so New York City, in New York City, only licensed debt collectors can sue you for a debt that is bought. Okay, the original creditor can sue you for the debt. Okay, so let's say you go to the hospital, you don't pay the bill, the hospital can't sue you for the debt. But if they sell it to a debt buyer who then becomes the debt collector, that collector, the Brooklyn Thugs collections agency, they need to be a licensed debt collector, right? It just can't be like some schmo living down the street that's like trying to sue you. Like, it has to be a licensed debt collector. Okay, so New York Department of Consumer Affairs keeps records of people who are licensed to collect debt. Okay, if they don't show a license for the person that's suing you, then they can't sue you, right? So you're going to assert that defense, and they're going to get in big trouble, right? So again, also, even if the person suing you does have a license, but they didn't put the license number in the complaint, assert that defense, right? If they have a license, but they didn't put it in the complaint, you can assert that affirmative defense and try to get this case kicked out. All right. So those are some of the main defenses there. Just in recap, again, right, you just have to, there's three steps, right? 1, answer each issue in the complaint. 2, assert your affirmative defenses. 3, file your answer. Okay, steps 1 and 2, hopefully that's clear. Those are both in regards to generating your answer, right? They're just telling you how to actually create your answer. Also, one of the things on your answer, you want to make sure you get the caption correct. Right? The caption is that stuff up at the top. You really want to make sure that you just copy down what the complaint said as regards to like the name of the court, the address, like the judge, the case number. If those things are listed, they probably won't be yet. But the court that they're suing you in, you just want to copy that. You also just want to copy the plaintiff and the defendant yourself exactly as it appears in the complaint. Okay, you want to make sure you get that caption right. All right, and of course, this goes without saying, right? Solo suit, boom. SoloSuit right there. SoloSuit can do this all this for you, right? SoloSuit can do it for you. Yeah, we make it really easy. Do it all up. You just go through. It's kind of just like a TurboTax kind of thing. You just we ask you a couple questions. You give us answers all online. You don't have to talk to anybody. Just do it online. And then we generate the answer document for you, and we get it filed in New York courts for you. We can even have an attorney review the document as well. Huh? How sweet is that? We can have an attorney actually read over your document. If you've called an attorney yet about this, you probably know, most attorneys don't want to take your case because there's not a lot of money in it for them. Okay, but we are actually getting real attorneys to review these answers for you. So go to SoloSuit.com, and again, you can generate the answer, have an attorney review the answer, and have us file it for you. So that's a lot of peace of mind, right? You can just put this over on our plate. You don't even have to worry about it. If you've made it this far, go ahead and give yourself a thumbs up, right? Go ahead and click that button, little thumbs up. Give yourself a thumbs up because you've done great. Way to be thorough in doing your research. Also, go ahead and give us a little subscribe. If you've watched some of our other videos, you might know, right? We had this old sign back there. I don't even know what it was. Now we got a cool SoloSuit sign. Matches our website. Pretty sweet because we got 10 subscribers. 10 subscribers. All right, we need more subscribers, guys. I know this isn't information I know you're hoping not to need to use this information again in the future, but a lot of people get sued for debt multiple times. Turns out that's just how it is. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel. All right. That is what we got for you. As always, we are rooting for you.